in Baton Rouge type of person.
I'm curious for you at this point in the season, physically, how are you holding up after going through the grind to this point?
I feel good. Week in and week out, I feel good. I feel that I get my body back right to be able to go out there and play on Sundays.
What's your process for that? Has it changed at all since being in the NFL? Have you learned anything that's helped you do that?
Yeah, I think you take little tidbits from the vets and how they can recover throughout the week. Even more importantly, how can I recover throughout the shorter weeks and stuff like that. So just take tidbits, but for the most part, it's been pretty consistent.
There were obviously some questions about the receiver room after you guys made the Jahan trade. What do you think that group has shown? Obviously, we kind of know what Terry is, but collectively, what do you think that group has kind of shown through these first 10 games?
Yeah, group by committee. Obviously, everybody sees what Terry is doing, but the other guys come in and they do their job. Those are the people that work extremely hard. When the ball comes away, they're able to make plays, and they do the dirty work, man. They do whatever Cliff and the offense asks them to do, whether it's blocking on the perimeter, blocking in the run game, stuff like that. So it's a lot of selfless guys in there.
And you've had a chance to watch the tape. This is the rare game where you weren't able to sort of use your legs as much as normal. What was your sense of watching the tape as to why that was the case?
Just schematically what Pittsburgh were doing, pretty much disciplining the rush lanes and stuff like that. So zone reads, they're kind of taking me out of the zone read type of situation. So it was just more so just making the right football play.
I feel like more NFL defenses are doing this nowadays, but with Fangio's and the pre- and post-snap changes, what are sort of the challenges of facing that group?
Just got to get your eyes right. It's pretty much the only thing. Get your eyes right, trust your eyes, and go out there and execute the offense.
And they have a couple young corners out there. Is there any added challenge with that, just in, more of a mystery, I guess?
Not at all. They pretty much could probably say the same thing of me, a young quarterback. So just go out there and just play the ball. Take what the defense gives us. If we get one-on-one opportunities, we got to capitalize on them, and we go from there.
The Steelers, even when you gave up the ball on those zone reads, they were still hitting you in the backfield. Does that, affect you at all? Do you notice that? I don't know how often teams have done that in the past.
Nah, it don't affect me. That's what teams are going to try to do. Just touch and try to hit while I'm still in that position. And I'm not a defensive guy, so they can do whatever, but I just kind of just focus on the next play.
What's your sense of the Eagles' front?
Very good front, very young. Or I wouldn't say very young, but they're younger guys. You got Jayden Carter and those type of guys that are very athletic, can get out there, the passer can stop and run, so it's going to be a good challenge for us.
As you've gotten now double-digit starts, how have you noticed defenses starting to maybe adjust to you, that things look different than they did early on in the season?
I would say every game is different. It just depends on the coordinator, so can't say it's a direction change, but, just going out there and just kind of adjusting to what I see, and this is what they're doing. So basically, answer your question, man, it's game by game.
And then how has kind of your relationship with Cliff evolved over this time as you're on a short week installing a playbook?
It's good. It's just talking, and if I don't like something, just take it out. Short week, I'm not going to get a lot of reps at a lot of things, so it's got to be stuff that we're comfortable with.
Best point?
The best point. How much has been made at all about the fact that the importance of this game and the fact that you can either be at the top of the division or battling for a wild card if you lose?
It hasn't. I think people just know it's a Philly week. Obviously, it's going to be two teams that playing with each other for the first time. The record and stuff like that, but within the locker room and within the team, it's like, hey, just go out there. We're playing ball. It's another game, and we got to go out there and give our best. And I know we're going to get Philly's best.
Jayden, to that point, it's one thing to play at home and a totally different thing to play on the road. What do you enjoy about playing on the road, and how do you maybe embrace that villain mentality of going into another stadium and beating them?
It's fun. You get to go and visit different atmospheres and stuff like that. So it'll be my first time playing in Philly, so I'm excited.
And to JP's question a little bit with Cliff, 2 NFL teams have already got rid of their offensive coordinator. Why do you think it's worked so well with you and Cliff here in Washington?
I would just say me and Cliff, honestly, is just going out there and focus on what we can control. How can we get the guys ready to go? How can we execute the plays, play in and play out, and just that open communication between me and Cliff and how we could go out there and, hey, Cliff, I don't like this, or what do you see? This is what I see. This is what I think might work, and he'll go out there and listen to us, and not just me, but just the whole offense as a whole.
Jayden, Coach Quinn just talked about the locker room. There was some frustration and anger, as you can imagine, after the loss on Sunday, but just kind of trying to channel it, use it for the next game. How have you in your rookie year sort of taken this short week, this frustrating loss, and just tried to turn the page and focus on what you need to do to beat Philly?
I mean, it's not going to do me no good if I keep thinking about the loss. So we got Philly up next. So whatever happened on Sunday happened. You get over it. You get back to work. You move on.
Hey, Jayden, just one for you from me today. With all of the movement with the offensive line, right? There's been some injuries. I think, Andrew Wiley was out on Sunday. Tyler had to go out for a while. So what can you say about that group and just the consistency that you all are continuing throughout the season?
Yeah, Bobby has those guys prepared and ready to go no matter what. So and they're all pros in there. They all take their job very seriously, and they're all prepared. So no matter who's in there, I know they're going to be prepared to go out there and play.
Hey, Jayden, 11 weeks into the season, how have you seen this offense evolve? What stands out in your mind?
Yeah, I would just say just the style of play that we want to put on there, whether that's effort, physicality, explosive plays. You know, that's kind of what we want to go out there and put on tape each and every week of like, hey, this team's going to play hard. They're going to play to the whistle cleanly, and, you know, we're going to fight all the way to the end.
Thursday nights, you talk about enjoying the process of this year, playing under the light, Thursday night prime game. Talk to me about your feelings about that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited just to go to Philly, that type of atmosphere. Heard they got very passionate fans, so, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to go out there and see that fan base and just experience that. And I know it's going to be a great venue, a great site, and we'll just go out there and see what happens.
For 2 more. Hey, Jayden, looking at the Steelers game and the Ravens game, they were your 2 lowest rushing outputs of the season. You also didn't have B-Rob in either of those games. How much important is it put in on, you know, getting B-Rob back out there and maybe getting your rushing going back this week?
I mean, that's something just schematically up to the coaches. You know, if the scramble lane's there and I could get through, you know, if nothing's there in the pass game, you know, I'll take off and run. But you know, we'll worry about Philly this week. Obviously, we go back and we self-scout, but, you know, how can we be better for Philly this week? So we'll see the output or the performance that we put on Thursday.
Jayden, I know you won't see him on the field specifically when you're on the field, but Saquon Barkley, that reverse hop over hurdle that he had, I want to know if you saw that. What's your reaction to it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I think the whole world's seen it. I mean, it was wild that somebody that pulled that off. So it's going to be fun just to go out there and compete against those guys, even though we're not going to be on the field at the same time. But it's going to be fun knowing that those guys are on the other side of the ball. They got explosive players that can go out there and make plays.
Appreciate it, Jay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.